Okay, I'm recording now.
As long as you're with me, that's fine. When you're solo, don't worry about it. Alright, you have the controls?
Okay, I have controls?
You have the controls. Good.
Tower, your weight going rail, left traffic for another low approach, runway 35. We'll plan to be number 2.
You're right, Roger, port base.
You're right.
I was assuming you wanted a midfield report, but...
It was going to make one here anyways.
Okay. Greenberry Tower, TechNam 19er Alpha Alpha. Midfield downwind 35 for the option.
TechNam 19 Alpha Alpha, clear for the option, runway 35.
Clear for the option 35, 19er Alpha Alpha.
That's your seatbelt.
I'm sorry?
That's your seatbelt banging around outside.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it.
If we have to make a stop, we may have to make a stop. I actually didn't hear it.
Tower, your weight left base for low approach, runway 35.
You're right, number 2, clear for the option, runway 35.
Clear for the option up to your weight.
Bring that nose down a touch.
Okay.
Angle, push. Angle, push. Angle, push.
That was just getting slow there on short final. You're down about 55 or so.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, that was fine. Just make sure you keep that speed at 60. You see what I mean? That affects how much energy you have to flare. On the go. Yeah, that's just fine what you just did there. That's perfectly fine.
Right. And I think when you were reminding me to bring the nose down, it just kind of threw me off there.
No, you're fine. Just make sure you're watching the speed. You kind of, as you got about 200-foot range or so, that nose started to creep up and that speed started to come down slightly.
Yeah, I did not recognize that.
Tower, your right, going around, left traffic back to the grass.
Your 8, roger, report base for the grass.
Your right, Wilco.
I have this call.
Okay.
Hey, Grand Prairie Tower, taking 19 Alpha Alpha, midfield, right down 135 for stop and go.
Take 919 Alpha Alpha cleared for the option runway 35, and if it's a stop and go, no delay. I got that helicopter also going to the runway.
Clear for the option 35, stop and go, be no delay for taking 19 Alpha Alpha.
Alright.
Okay.
What we'll do is once you sit down, I'll take over controls. I'll have you open the door. I'll bring it to a stop, and you can bring that belt in, close it, lock it, and we'll get rolling again.
Okay.
Tower, your right, turning left base, west grass.
Your 8 Tower, clear for the option west grass.
Your right.
Remember to keep that nose slightly down when you get on the glide path.
Oh.
Good reaction. You felt that. You
Yeah.
felt the plane starting to get a little upset there.
Yeah, I kind of figured I kind of did that to myself too, so.
No, you don't have to do that.
Okay. So.
Angle,
Alright,
angle,
I have the
push.
controls.
You have the controls?
I have the controls.
Hey, let's set this some brake power there. Okay.
You got it locked?
Yep, it's locked. Let's go.
Make sure your foot are on the brake. Alright. Alright, all that good?
Yeah, I think I see daylight, but down toward the bottom, but the door feels solid, so
Okay.
I'm fine with
I'll
it.
check it on upwind here.
Sure.
And you have the controls?
Have the controls?
You have the controls. Nope, feels good.
Yeah, okay. I thought it did. It just, if you look down toward the bottom, you can see a little bit of daylight,
Okay.
but it could just be from a little bit of tweak.
If you start hearing a loud whistling noise, that's usually the door being popped open slightly.
Tower, your right, west grass, clear take off, left traffic.
Your 8 clear for takeoff, left traffic, port base.
Your right.
Okay, Tower. TechNam 19er Alpha Alpha. Downwind midfield. 35 for the option. Sitting here having to think about what I'm saying still.
TechNam 19 Alpha Alpha, runway 35, clear for the option.
35 clear for the option, 19er Alpha Alpha.
Yeah, the controllers expect that. They work at an airport where there's a lot of training going on, so they know that's going to be the case. Be another thing if you're at Love Field doing that, but being at a training airport like this, no, it's absolutely no problem.
Speed, Gene, speed.
Yeah, just remember to make sure when you put that flaps in, lower that nose.
Tower, your way, left base, west grass, full stop.
UA Tower, clear land, west grass.
Clear to land, west grass, your way.
Okay. Guess maybe I should go back to doing...
Oh, no, that's fine. Go ahead and retract the flaps. Yeah, you're landing perfectly fine.
Yeah, there's landing safely, and then there's landing like we want it to look like.
Oh, no, that's perfectly fine what you're doing there. The only comment I have is maybe pull the power idle 2 or 3 seconds earlier. Right when you're getting down there to that last, like, 3 feet or so.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and pull it as opposed to waiting to that last foot like you did there. But that's much better there. The plane's at a good speed there. You're at 50, you're landing wheels first. I think if you pull the power idle just a touch earlier, you get a little bit of a better result out of it. But what you did there was just perfectly fine.
I do totally agree with you on that.
Don't necessarily have to pull it to idle over top of the numbers like I do. But if you just kind of do it a split second earlier, a couple seconds earlier, I think you have a little bit of better results. So right when you're getting down there, nice and low to the ground, when you're down there deep in that ground effect, go ahead and pull it to idle.
Okay.
Try that. If that doesn't work, go back to what you're doing. Because what you're doing, that's just fine.
UA, have text part, you have a good day too.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Roger.
What I like about this is you're much more in control above that ground. You have more momentum. You feel much more in control of the plane.
There we go. Grand Prairie Tower, TechNam 19 Alpha Alpha. Downwind midfield 35 for the option.
TechNam 9 Alpha Alpha Tower, clear for the option, runway 35.
Clear for the option 35, 19 Alpha Alpha.
Right there, just 1 degree down.
Angle,
good.
angle, push. Angle, angle, push.
All right.
Make sure you work on that rudder to keep it there, but other than that, that flare was nice.
Yeah, and I've been trying to pay a little bit more attention to that rudder, and it's just...
Oh, you're doing just fine. Trust me on that.
It still feels weird sometimes.
Well, the reason it's jetting off to the left like that, remember this nose gear is quite bad in this thing. Just remember, we want to kind of keep it off the ground. So when those back wheels touch, don't just release that forward pressure. Kind of hold what you had that flare in there for a little bit. That way bring it down nice and smooth so it doesn't plop down and jump off to one side like that.
Report Interstate 20, inbound for 35, Charlie Kilo.
In fact, Dick's true way of flying this plane is to never have that nose wheel really on the ground. Doing touch and goes is just to land, keep a wheelie all the way down, retract the flaps, so you can take off again.
Well, that makes sense.
Because the nose gear is quite bad on this plane. It's not very good at going in a straight line. I'm sure you've noticed.
Yeah. I know you had mentioned one time about...
Yeah, keeping that back pressure in.
Well, yeah, doing the exercise of flying low, you know, the length of the runway.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of exercise.
Oh, we don't need to do that. You're doing just fine with the flying the plane near the ground.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're doing just fine with it. You're doing everything actually very, very well.
Well, sometimes I wonder. Especially when, you know...
We just got to build up your confidence. You're a lot better at this than you think you are.
You're about half a mile south of Interstate now.
Yeah, that's where we are.
3 Charlie Kilo, number 1, clear, touch and go, runway 35.
Just have some confidence and some moxie to it.
Right traffic, report midfield.
Clear for touch and go, runway 35, report midfield, right traffic, 3 Charlie Kilo.
You know how many times I've touched the controls today? I haven't touched the controls once. You're doing all of it.
TechNam 9 Alpha Alpha, you'll be number 2, final Cessna approaching 20, report that traffic in sight.
Number 2, and we do have the Cessna in sight, taking 19 Alpha Alpha.
Just over the horizon there.
Alpha, roger there, touch and go. Also, number 2, clear, touch and go.
Oh, I see him now.
Could you repeat that for taking 19 Alpha Alpha?
That's volume up. I guess not.
Huh? Oh.
And tower confirmed, taking 19 Alpha Alpha, clear for the option number 2 on 35.
TechNam 9 Alpha Alpha, roger, number 2, clear, touch and go.
Number 2, clear touch and go, taking 19 Alpha Alpha.
We keep at this altitude for a little bit.
Okay.
I'll let you know when the descent. He's just crossing 20 now.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I see his wings now.
Yep. We can go ahead and start reducing power now.
Okay.
Remember when you put the flaps in, bring that nose down.
Right.
At the same time you put the flaps in.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the overall altitude at the moment, so.
Yep. So flaps down. There you go. Right there.
All right.
You can see the plane's nice and stable. High 60s is about where we want it. See how much nicer the plane feels right here?
Oh, yeah.
Plane's just sitting here. That's what we want. Where in the world is that Cessna?
That's what I was going to ask you.
He just disappeared.
Was he doing a touch and go?
I have no idea. Oh, there he is, short final.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see him.
All right, we'll go ahead and turn final.
Yeah, and he sure as heck did disappear there. Back over here.
Yeah, he's doing a touch and go.
Okay. That little bit of wind is definitely kind of moving everybody around.
Yeah, he didn't rotate the greatest. He rotated immediately as it started rotating. He didn't have enough right rudder and started going off to the left side of the runway.
Angle, push.
There you go. See? Much easier when you hold that pressure in, isn't it? That nose keeps tracking down the runway. Yeah, there you go.
Yes, it just felt a little different that time, but that's okay. It's all good.
That's what we want, though. We kind of want that holding back pressure. Good rotation there, by the way. That's exactly what you want.
You're talking about the way
Yeah, he rotated the nose and it just kind of left the ground there, kind of flew itself off the ground. That's exactly what you want.
Yeehaw.
Raise the right wing for me a little bit. Just making sure that traffic's already on downwind. All right, we're good.
Yeah, okay.
Grand Prairie Tower, Skyhawk 363 Charlie Kilo, midfield downwind for 35 for touch and go.
This 3 Charlie Kilo Tower, runway 35, clear touch and go.
Clear for touch and go, runway 35, 3 Charlie Kilo.
Yeehaw.
Grand Prairie information, Charlie, now current altimeter 3012.
We're already there. Uh, 24 minutes, okay. This will be the last landing that particular video is going to be able to record.
Ah, okay.
Because it'll cut off at 30.
Tech name 9 Alpha Alpha Tower number 2, clear touch and go, runway 35.
Go ahead.
I don't.
Number 2, clear touch and go, 35, taking 19 Alpha Alpha.
Yeah, what he said is clear for touch and go number 2. So in that case, you just what they want to hear is that you understand clear touch and go 35, but they also want to hear that number 2, that you understand you're the second aircraft that's going to be on the runway.
Okay.
That you're following somebody.
Now, how common is it that they'll do a default call out like that without us reporting position?
It really depends how much.
Sorry?
Maybe 10% of the time. You got 2 planes landing or so.
Oh, okay.
At least at this airport. Other airports are better at it.
It just depends on how much attention the controllers are paying.
The bigger the airport, the more likely it is they do that. But airports like, if you went into Abilene or something like that, they'd do that. They wouldn't wait for you to call them back.
Oh, okay.
because they're always watching you. All right, he's on the runway. We can go ahead and descend down.
All right.
When you're landing behind another plane, wait for that plane to be a beam you, so a beam directly across before you start descending.
Now, you've never mentioned to me to really watch, like, you know, feet per minute that we're doing. I don't know if you really worry about that or not.
In my mind, VFR and a traffic pattern, that's a completely useless instrument.
Okay.
We got our eyes, we can see the runway, we can see the buildings below us. We got everything we need.
Which I agree with.
In IFR, it's a completely different case. Then we use it, but VFR, no, that's useless. Yeah, you can see yourself a little low there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you're all the way down.
At least even I feel like it's all coming together now.
Oh, yeah. Never smooth with the controls.
Angle, push.
There you go.
Ooh. Yeah, we don't need to do any wheelies out here.
Tower, Skyhawk 363 Charlie Kilo, midfield for runway 35 for full stop.
Skyhawk 363 Charlie Kilo, runway 35, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 35, 3 Charlie Kilo.
Obviously, I am getting that better sense of when I need to crab and just let it go to.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't do very much on ground reference maneuvers.
At this point, it's really just kind of, it's kind of hard to do it out there, where it really, learn about what crabbing is, and where you really get a chance to practice is when you start getting some crosswind days and you've got your crabbing into the runway. Just keeping your body above the center line and not carrying where the nose is. All right, you want to change out the camera here?
Sure.
All right, I have the controls.
You have the controls?
I have the... You can flip it over.
Oh,
Controls.
All right. Camera stop.